All right, we have another match today. So we have Nicky Ryan, JT Torres. This recently happened, and I've actually gotten a lot of questions about the submission at the end, and so I have watched the end of it. I haven't watched the whole thing, so I figured it'd be a good match to do a breakdown on. Both these guys are obviously very highly skilled, and so I thought it'd be fun. So if you haven't yet, click the link in the description where you get access to all the strength and conditioning programs for the Sweet Science of Fighting Underground. And that, we'll get started. I believe this is a 15-minute match. So we're probably going to see a lot of hand fighting. It's a little bit of wrestling here. Just kind of testing things out. A lot of this is just seeing the reaction, seeing what connections you can get, seeing. Okay, so we got just testing distance here. So it's hand fighting. Still testing reactions. Gauging distance, testing reactions. We have some connection. There's a little feint. Get to a collar tie. Another feint by Nicky Ryan. Another collar tie. The inside position. JT Torres goes for this overhook here. That was a nice shot. That was a change level from Nicky Ryan. Go into a single. Again, reaching for the collar tie. Trying to get close. Another feint from JT Torres. This is pretty much just a feeling out process. You see this a lot. I mean, it is a feeling out process, but it's also, it is very active. If one person messes up on timing, then it's, that could be critical. A little bit pushing. They seem to be going up to this tie-up position quite a bit. So there's a grip on the hand there. Nicky did a shot for a double. Pushing away to the inside position. And there we go. A little snap, a little shaky with the snap. Get a bunch of hand fighting here. There's a little kick at the leg for a sweep. It's probably just to try to get a reaction. So a little bit of judo there. JT Torres keeping his hands really, really close when he approaches, like a Greco style. All right, so they got an equal tie up here. Nice hat. Okay, they just got control of the hands there. Still a bit of a feeling out process. Done a few shots, both being a little cautious. Not wasting energy where you don't have to. At this level, a lot of it's just, it's about timing. I suppose a lot of jiu-jitsu, most of it is, no matter what level, is a lot of timing, but especially at this level. That was a single, kind of lost it. Little foot sweep. JT Torres may be trying to kick at that leg there just to get Nicky to step it back. Maybe go for a snap down or something to get... Oh, there was a double. That was nice. I got about 11 minutes to go. Again, they're going to these mirrored positions. There was an ankle pick attempt by JT. Again, feints, hand fighting, changing level, circling. All right, so we're almost 5 minutes in. They haven't hit the ground yet. That was nice. That was, take a look at that one more time. Whoops. So it's a good setup. See the right there. So he put his left hand on the elbow to kind of push the arm by so that he could take a shot. Went into like a single. It was actually technically a double. Switched to the single. And then, of course, Nicky Ryan's able to tippy toe out. Okay, now they're getting a little more aggressive. Start to get a little more aggressive, a little more pressure on each other. So now they've kind of worked through about 5 minutes to see, gauging reactions, speed, strength, timing, angles. So now they're starting to put all this together, and we'll start to see things get a little more aggressive. Okay, so I guess I'm assuming they're going to get a warning for not enough activity. I mean, it makes sense. There's a shot. Goes to take a shot back. I mean, this makes sense for them to be fighting this much standing, obviously. I mean, both these guys are very skilled, so, you know, it could make the difference of who gets the takedown. Boom. That was a nice duck under. Okay, so now they've hit the ground, and looked like Nicky was trying to pop out the backside. There he is. He's going to pop out the backside, start to posture up. And there's this bit of a wrap here. This will be interesting to see what if JT can turn this into something. See who's going to win this position. His leg stuck, so now his JT's leg stuck between Nicky's leg. So it's going to make it a little more difficult for JT to start to. Oh, that was interesting. Trying to go for a little bit of a knee bar, but more of a lateral. There's a big struggle now to see who can win this battle. Nicky's trying to get that posture up. It's up on his elbow, and he has the leg trapped, so JT really can't spin around because his leg is trapped. This is kind of a weird position. I was gonna say he's gonna fall right into a leg lock. Right there. So he fell into a honey hole position. Now he's going into digging the heel. And he decided not to go for it. Nicky had a good defense, hiding the heel. So Nicky's foot, you could see his heel was hiding. We hide the heel to the ribs, to your opponent's ribs, and point the toes. It's going to be a lot more difficult to actually catch the heel. So what's happening here is actually technically what happens kind of at the end. JT is actually technically in a honey hole position. Okay, not the problem, but the position has somewhat changed because JT is deciding to get on top. And when he decides to get on top, he's kind of abandoning the control that you have with the leg, the leg you're trying to attack with the heel hook. So he's trying to climb to top and use this as a pass. This is pretty standard. You can use honey hole entries and leg lock entries to actually attack the back and to get on top or, change the position. The problem is Nicky is actually digging the leg, JT's leg here. And you can see this, what this does is that technically it puts Nicky into a double outside ashi position and makes JT's leg vulnerable here, even though JT still has technically a honey hole position. Now, technically, if JT was actually playing the leg lock, the actual honey hole leg lock position, this foot right here, this left foot, would technically be on the inside. It'd be under Nicky's right leg here, I mean back here. And then he would have both his feet, but technically between Nicky's legs, and both his feet would be what we would call hiding his legs. But because now Nicky's leg is under, and now Nicky's in a double outside ashi, this is now creating a bit of a vulnerability with the outside leg here. And I believe this is the exact same position that Nicky actually finishes him with at the end. So you can see Nicky locking his legs here, just staying controlled. So they're kind of locked together here. You can see JT has his foot right here, his right foot. He actually has a reaping position over top, but now his outside leg is trapped with a double outside ashi. So there it is. That's a much better angle. So you can see the double outside ashi position. Neither player actually has control of the other person's leg, right? Like, so in order for Nicky to pull this off, he needs to get get a hold of JT's right foot, which is pretty far away. It's about as far away as it can be. So that would be difficult. Now in the transitioning and all the movement, he could possibly attack that leg. The honey hole position here, JT could technically still try to attack the leg, because this is Nicky's leg right here. That'd be the main leg he'd want to attack. He can no longer really have too much of an attack on this leg on the underside. If Nicky's right leg was on top, then he could, go into like lacing positions and start to attack this top leg. But very limited what he can do with this leg here now. So he still has the main leg here that he can attack with the heel hook, but again, his foot's on the outside now. And Nicky's like locking this double outside ashi. He also has a underhook here on the leg, so almost like a false reap position. It's not a false reap position because this left leg is not reaping over top, but that's the grip you typically use. And again, like I said, they're kind of stuck. Somebody's gonna have to make some movement and possibly escape a leg lock right here. So this is a problem right here. This actually, I don't know if this match is already over. I thought it was longer than this, but this is the position right here. So this is a perfect shot. Now, by leg lock standards, there's kind of a hierarchy. There's 9 positions in the leg locks, right? That you can kind of boil it down to. And there's a bit of a hierarchy, like in the top 3. Typically what you're going to see is like a reaping position, meaning this JT's position here is technically better than a double outside ashi. Just because some people even consider double outside ashi a position, not a favorable position at all. It's too much back exposure. But if you know how to utilize it and know how to reset the position and invert and all this, double outside ashi can be a very good position. And it was used for many years. And still is, obviously. But you can see that in the position-wise, JT would have actually a better leg lock position because of honey hole. And however, this is pretty drastically changed because now it's kind of working against him. And the reason why is because of his left leg. His left leg technically should be behind Nicky Ryan here. It shouldn't be in front. And that's the issue. So he could try to start to attack, JT could start to attack this leg. But again, the problem is Nicky has his legs crossed here, right? And then you're kind of in a shootout, right? Nicky has a really strong straight ankle lock here. And what you're probably going to start to see here is there's different types of ankle locks, right? Different ankle lock setups. There's reverse ankle locks. There's a lot of different variations of ankle lock that you can do. One of the stronger variations of ankle locks that we're seeing done a lot more in competition at a higher level is the what they call hiding the heel. If you hide the heel of the ankle you're attacking, then the ankle lock is substantially stronger. And what that basically means is if you're holding someone's ankle and somebody's standing behind you and you can see their whole foot, you'd be able to see the whole foot standing behind you or standing behind them. But as soon as they kind of shrug that heel over towards the front of their body, kind of on their front rib, on the front of their ribs, now that's kind of hiding the heel. And when you hide the heel, that kind of turns the foot at an angle. And now you can do a figure 4 with your arms and create a substantial amount of pressure on the leg. Traditionally, a straight ankle, you just want the straight ankle and you'd be able to see the whole foot behind the person. And then, of course, fully going to that would be, if you want to think like aoki, if you know what an aoki is, that would be fully taking the heel to the front of your chest, right? Like to your sternum almost. So it's like a halfway point. That ankle lock is in the halfway point between aoki and straight ankle. And we'll probably see a good angle here where you can actually see that. But that's actually what's happening here. Okay, so right here. So you can see the whole foot right here. This is the whole foot. So this would be kind of a standard kind of ankle lock. If I can see this heel, then I know this is pretty standard ankle lock. And they still work, by the way. It's nothing wrong with that. This actually does work. But if that heel were to slide in front of Nicky's body just a little bit in front of his rib here, or if we were to have this same view, we wouldn't be able to just see his heel, then the ankle lock becomes substantially stronger. So what JT's trying to do here is just kind of clear the knee line. He's trying to push the foot down towards Nicky, but Now Nicky's gonna, he can obviously switch to a figure four here. Figure four, he's, JT's not gonna get his knee back. The problem here too is like JT's kind of stuck because because his leg is reaped in here. He's not getting that leg out. The leg's gonna be very difficult to get this right leg out here. So he's kind of doing the best he can to unravel this, and he's trying to mess with the outside leg here, but he can't really do anything because he's really stuck. So it's kind of layered here. Once he gets rid of this, he needs to free his leg as well, or start to counterattack and kind of go to a shootout. There. So you see, as soon as Nicky dropped that right, I couldn't see if he was hiding the heel or not. He may or may not. It doesn't matter. It does matter as far as pressure wise, but he can still finish it. But you can kind of see how Nicky kind of turned to the right. So just that little angle shift, and it was over. Watch Nicky's upper body. So he's going straight back, and then he rotates. He rotated it a little bit at the end there, kind of angled it off, right? Unfortunately, you can't see the other side, so don't know if he was hiding the heel, but if he was, this would mean that he would tap much faster. It'd be a much stronger ankle lock. That being said, you could probably do any ankle lock you want to do in this position. And there's not many places that JT can go. He's kind of stuck. He stuck himself in honey hole, and Nicky's left leg here that should be attacked. That should be JT should be attacking with a heel hook, is retracted and covered with a double outside ashi, all because he left his left leg on the outside to actually stand up and try to pass the guard. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what happened there. All right, so. That was a really nice position, and I don't think I've ever been in a position like that, where somebody stuck their leg to the outside. It's just a replay. We're trying to get the different angle. So this is the angle we needed. Boom. So I think that's where he taps him out. You can see that kind of the heel. So if I had to guess, I would say that the heel is kind of hidden here. That's it. So you can see his heel was going towards the front of Nicky's body. And again, I'll say this, when it comes to ankle locks, the general rule is if you can keep the legs separated and you can open the legs, then they can crank on your leg all you want, because they can't finish it unless they close off the position, typically, unless they have a pinch of some sort or a configuration to where it closes off the position. If you keep the person's legs open, it's actually very difficult to finish a straight ankle lock. And this is a common defense with leg locks. Leg lock defense is very simple to a certain degree, comparatively to attacking legs. Attacking legs is very complex, but defense is very simple. Hide the heel, free the knee, open the legs, right? Heavy legs, twinkle toe, all these things. There's pretty much 3 essential movements that are the main movements, and it's, free your knee line, hide your heel, and separate the legs. So JT couldn't do any of those because he was stuck. So there it is. Really good match. I enjoyed that. It was actually pretty fast. I thought it was actually shorter than that. Or sorry, longer than that. But all right, that'll be it. We'll go to another one here on. I believe this was a flow grappling. We'll do another one. All right, thanks.